Oh, well, hello everyone. Namaste, Sat Sri Akal, Salam, Adab, Bonjour, and a very, very happy Teacher's Day. A very, very happy Engineer's Day to all of the fellow engineers I know or watching this video. थोड़ा less professional लग रहा है. Give me a second. Yeah, I think this is quite better now. Yeah, I think it's quite better now. So, uh, where are we? Where should we start? So, आज मैं क्या करने वाला हूँ? What I'm going to do today? मैं कुछ अपने इंजीनियरिंग कॉलेज के टाइम की uh, कुछ accessories I want to share with you guys, and I'm pretty sure थोड़ी बहुत इंटरेस्टिंग लगेंगी आपको. So, एक बहुत इम्पॉर्टेंट है, वो मैं आपको सबसे एंड में दिखाऊंगा. उससे पहले कुछ चीज़ें दिखाता हूँ, जैसे कुछ है मेरे पास लोकली इंडिया में अवेलेबल, नॉर्थ इंडिया में अवेलेबल, जो हमें मिल गई. तो दीज वर द बेस्ट वी कुड गेट हियर, एंड दैट वुड आई वुड शेयर. And इनसे I have created so many different electronics project. By the way, I did my engineering in electronics. I did my engineering in electronics and communication, and I have a BTech degree for that. And I'm going to, I don't know why I'm blushing because of no reason, but I'm proud of it. I'm proud of my education, and I earned that degree. And all of the project, I would like to tell you, all of the project in my degree course, I did not bought it from anywhere else. I made it myself. Like all the projects were DIY, so I did it myself. So I would like to share rest of the stuff I have given away, or it has been donated to some students who want to learn electronics. But the stuff I'm left with, I'm going to share with you all, guys. So this is an electronic kit which I am left with. So there are a lot of things inside it which I'm going to show you. So this is the first thing which came in my hand, and क्या है ये which I'm going to show you. This is a GSM module with an antenna. It's a GSM module with an antenna, and what it does, it can send and receive GSM signals, and we can connect it with our computer and make projects related with SIM cards. So here is an X. I don't know it is functional or not anymore, but I don't use the SIM card anymore. But SIM card, not the nano one, it is the micro SIM card, I guess, or the normal SIM card. It goes here, and just like any mobile phone, it locks like this, and here you can connect with the port. Here you can power it, and it works like that. I guess I should show you guys how it works. Otherwise, it will be very boring review of my engineering accessories. And I think it could. So what I'm going to do, because I'm out of batteries. I had some batteries, but they're all. It's been so long, no. I cleared my degree in 2014, and I was rewarded with a degree like in a convocation in 2015, and now it is 2021. So it's been so many years. You can calculate like 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 6, no, uh, 6, 7 years till I graduated. And after that also, I used to make some electronic projects because I love electronics. I think everybody should, if they are not engineer, it does not matter, but everybody should create a hobby of um, being of like they can love electronics as a hobbyist. You don't have to have a degree in it, but the more you develop your sense. So I was working with microcontrollers, chipboards. I'll show you what it does. So this is a, सभी को पता ही होगा what it is. It is a adapter. It is a just like your laptop adapter, to which we change the port here. Uh, Generally it is like this. We change the port to connect multiple things with the charger. Some people generally call it a charger. It's not a charger. For laptop it's a charger, otherwise it's just an adapter. I'm connecting it to the power source, and as you can see, the LED is lit on. That means it is powered. And how much power it is producing? It is producing around input at 100 to 240 volts, and output is 18.5 volts. Okay, and outside it's negative, inside is positive. So it's quite a messy thing, but you get good results. So what it has one this 9 volt port here to power it. So what I'm going to connect this. Happy Engineers Day again, guys. Just so nostalgic thing. So what I'm going to do, just watch carefully. It's not going to give me a shock. That's why I'm using bare hands, because it's just these are low currents, like 5 to, it works on like 5 to 18 volts, and I don't think it will give me a shock. What can be, that is 18 volt now. I guess I should low down the power. So what else we have? We have this miraculous device. It requires 9 volt or something. I cannot power it with 18 volts, and I doubt that it has a step down transformer inside. These are capacitors, these are not transformers, so it can burn the chip. This is the GSM module basically, and it also has an IMEI number, just like your mobile phones. Otherwise it is not legal to use. So you should have a permission to use such devices. Obviously, I used to carry my college project thesis. It has my name in it. See, it is CHANAKYASHUKLA. That's me. That's my college emblem, and that's the project which I made. It says I don't know if it is still readable, but what it says I tell you. Now I can remove this also. It says ASU, that is my college, ASU Community Radio Station, which is called Satyavani, and I made a prototype, a functional FM radio transmitter I made as the final year project for my BTech degree, Electronics and Series, their Electronics and Communication, Bachelors of Technology, and these are my mentors to which I submitted. It says 2014, right? And it has some really good. It has all the guide that how I made the theory, the lambda, the theta, beta, everything. In theory, how to make a, what is a bandwidth, how it works. It has everything in detail. And I worked my ass off like around 6 months to create this project. All the material we are required to create, like all the resistors, capacitors, and inductors to create the project. Basic history of radio, everything I articulated, and how the permissions you get from the government, it's everything is there. So any educational institution, if they are willing to set up a community radio where local cultural programs of their local institute can be broadcasted, so they can consider this. Because if anybody do not know, every like frequency, it is it's not for free. There is a certain bandwidth on which our telephone GSM module telephone range works. There is a certain module on internet Wi-Fi works, and there is a certain frequency is on the security, the police wireless that works. And then there is a satellite communication, so different bandwidths are there, and they are not for free. Nobody can use it like all of a sudden. You will be suspected, and they can ask you on what purpose you are doing it, and for what purpose you are doing it, and how you have the permission. So I was doing it for my college project. So it was a scary thing whenever I used to, because see, if you want to see it, I can show you. This is the prototype one. Oh my god, where's the, okay, it's there. I missed this small buddy. Come here. Here it is. Wow, I made it on my own, and I'm proud of it. I just love it. So many years, and it is still intact. It looks quite messy, or I don't know, ugly, because see the network, yeah, these soldering which I have done, it is not that perfect as you see in custom made ICs from outside. So this is handmade. This is obviously this is a printed PCB, a printed circuit board, something like this, which one side has copper. It is copper side, it's metal, see, it's shining, and on the other side it's kind of a fiber. So on one side you can solder the components with obviously the heating iron, something like this. You heat it up and then you solder it. So I did it on my own back then, and this is a very high-tech soldering device. At that time I had a very basic one. Sweet old memories. But that's how you learn, no? And later on, what is this gooey thing? I covered this with the glue gun. I had a glue gun. I do not have it anymore. So I covered all the uh, components so that because they are quite sensitive, if you touch it, they can easily get bent or something. So I protected it with the glue gun, and also it becomes quite waterproof. Although this project is works on high frequencies, radio frequencies, so it it will not work when on high frequencies. And oh, all of a sudden, what I tell you what happened, the antenna wire, it broke. It's okay, I'll fix it out later. We'll see if it works. What it is, I tell you. So this is the antenna, the coil. It is the hand DIY inductor. What it does, it converts the electrical energy into electrical fields. So it creates an electrical field with the coil. So that electrical field then creates the wireless waves. That, on the other hand, somebody with a radio receiver, like on this mobile phone, like this radio is like on the radio, it requires some earphones to be connected. So I did all the research for the people, and I tell you the story behind. Also, this is the circuit diagram basically of the what I showed you. So basically this is this. So I have three I did print 3 copies of this. One is in my degree college with the professor. One is in the degree college in the library in public domain, so all the students can read it and study. And one is my copy that I have kept with myself. And it has all the procedures that one can go through to set in community radio. So in my car, when I used to keep this with the batteries, so it looks suspicious to anybody who and most of the people are not educated about electronics. They can suspect it. Man, what is it? Is it some explosive? So I used to explain him, no, it's not an explosive. It is transistor FM radio transmitter. Where is the transistor? So these are the transistors. If I'm not wrong, it uses one BC247 something NPN transistor. I'll show you where was that figure. If I'm right, let's check it out. It's a flow diagram also. If you can see, source, transmitter, transistor, and so and we evolve with the technology, but technology do not go extinct. So it has BC239 BP. One transistor is that, and another one is okay, no, this is the different one. So I made 2 of such transistor, So what I did, I had one old CDMA mobile phone of my mother. So I opened it and I needed a mic, small mic. So I recycled that and made it from the scratch. This microphone is from an old CDMA Hire was a company. I recycled this microphone from that and I made this. Ouch. This is the tuner. So by this you can change the frequency on like 88 hertz to 188 megahertz on the basically what your radio frequency is. It works perfectly fine. Like the night I made this, so whole night I was working and I was very sad because I made it. It looks like some project. I might get some marks for it for making it. The theory is correct, the project is correct, but it was not functional, and it was no point. So and trust me, working with high frequencies is really frustrating because a little bit of disturbance can create noise and you won't get the result. So I had a mobile phone with me and I was just keep on testing, like, and I had to make it small. This is see, it's less than less than this small phone. So I made it is very small and it has a range of 2 kilometers, like 3.5 miles, you can say. If I'm not correct about the conversions, you can check it out. But 2 kilometers is quite long range. And further, you can instead of this where the antenna just broke, you can connect one Yagi antenna and increase the range of this. But it has a microphone, so all the voices around this uh, transmitter, FM transmitter, it can only send those to the receiver. But what if we want to broadcast a radio show or recorded show? So what I did, I made another prototype based on the same principle, and this time I went a little more further. I even made my own PCB. So what, see, this kind of a battery is used. It's a 9 volt. It is generally called it's a radio battery. It produces 9 volts of potential energy. And what we can do, we simply remove this, and this I have already made. And what is that? This one. So this already has it, and what we can do, we can simply connect it here. And this, as you can see, it has no power. This battery is drained, so it's not working. I know, because it was kept for so long. I don't think it has any power to generate. It requires a very highly charged 9 volts to deliver. That I can say with my experience. So the night I created it, I woke up my granny and asked her to come up, and my grandfather was sleeping on the other side in the room. So what, to give it the best test, I made I kept it in front of my grandfather, and on the other side of the room uh, there was a wall, and I made the transmission through the wall, and I made my grandmother hear his snoring through this device, and she was like, "What you have created, man? Let me sleep." I was like, "Okay," but I was very happy, and I have the mark sheet for that. I received like A+ for this final year project. I was really proud. I was an average student throughout my engineering, but in the very last semester, when uh, I realized that I should put some effort and do justice to my degree, then instead of doing any monkey business, I just for my self-respect, I made my own project. See, this is how you etch one PCB. So I made this is my hand-drawn PCB by a permanent marker on a piece of paper. There's a technique how you can etch your PCB. So this is a plain PCB. It has not pre um, um, like what is it? Ready-made pierced these dots in it. So I drilled the holes with a driller I had, small driller. I drilled the holes in it. See how imperfect they are, and then using a chemical name. I don't know if I remember. It was it has potassium. I guess it has potassium in it, and it reacts with the metal and eats away the metal, which I do not want in my circuit. So it is like it is like that's how you get a ready-made circuit board, no? It's really difficult to compare it with the modern day PCBs, but this is the handmade PCB, and that's my first etched PCB. Did not use this one. This I made for another project. This is also radio transmitter PCB. See if you can compare. It is just the same, the mirror image of each other. Cool, no? Happy Engineers Day. Well, and I'm proud of what I made, man. The one who has made, he knows. And it was the coolest project. It is. I know it will work. If I would have had this, no, I should have shown you how it works. I have made one prototype with the auxiliary cable. So this one, it can connect one auxiliary, like this is a quarter jack. It have from quarter jack to 3.5 jack. This is how you generally have auxiliary cables in your cars or something, so you can directly play from your phone some songs, and you can on the other hand you can simply insert it in this socket. See the clicking noise you heard? Cool. And that's how you can broadcast your show, whatever it is, record in a mp3 file or wave file or whatever audio file it is. That was just from the mic, and this is you can use from the line in. So this was my line in model. That was one microphone model with a microphone. These are again the capacitors, resistors, and small capacitor, and this is again the tuner. This tunes the frequency, and it had a smaller inductor, handmade inductor, and then this. And look at the precision I had of soldering. These are my hand soldered. The imperfection you can see. Again, it is the same. Look. Now I guess you can compare better like this. No. Oh yeah, I hope you get it that it is the same. Oh, so both were functional, but this one had really crisp noise. Like as crisp as I'm speaking, that crisp you can hear from the receiver on the receiver, and it was really commendable. And best part was it was DIY. I made it myself. That was the most amazing thing I had till then. But still, I am proud of it. Every time anybody reminds me of my engineering, I remind this project. This was one of my best projects. All the other projects they were based on some microcontroller. So I was working with Arduino. If most of you or know already, Arduino is a open source microprocessor, and it can be programmed to. Yes. Okay, I am recording, and second time you're reminding me. Why don't you just? I am in the middle of recording. Can you please record, or can you please fill the water? That was my mother. She used to sleep while I used to work back then. She was curious about only one thing, that bring good marks in your college. That's it. Rest I don't know. Do whatever. So this is a very cool device. It is called Toolkit, and what it does, it does multiple things. Like it charges. It is a charger. It is a measurer. It has and it has a digital output also, like PWM, pulse wave modulation digital output. It can create to test your devices. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to give it power it up from here. It has fans, cooling. It's a cool project. I'll put a link to its description in the description. I'll put a link about it. Okay. So why I'm using it, because I need 9 volt power in the output. I do not want, so it will step down that 18 volt into 9. So in the output I will put this. No, I cannot connect it. Why? Very fragmented video I'm doing, but all of a sudden all the things are there now. See, this is a Arduino Nano. It is a microcontroller, not the whole thing, just this one. This much. It is this small. See how small it is, and you can automate almost your whole house with this. All the lights, fan, you can control with this one. It requires some programming skills, and with that you can. Okay, let's risk it out using it directly. I don't know how it's going to work, man. Because in the output also it is asking for the same. So I don't know how to use it like that. Okay, fingers crossed. I don't want to blue this thing. I don't use it anymore, but still. Okay, 3, 2, 1. Whoa. So this red is the power, blue is status, and green is the signal. So this SIM card, it is receiving signals. That means it is working. That's cool. So it can send automated that SMSs that you get on your phone. You think that somebody is sending you that those messages from promotional SMSs that you get from the like spam messages that you get. These are mostly automated, like bots like this. There's no human person sitting on the other hand. But you can also use this for some good purposes other than simply publicity. Cool, no? Or on the other hand, if I have this number on the on my other number, so I can automate. I can use these, like I can control my house electricity through this device. I can simply I can call to this number and then dial specific numbers through that call, and I can connect this further with this microcontroller, and I can connect this controller with something like a relay. What is a relay? I'll tell you. Relay. Here it is. It is a relay. Come here. Come here. It's a relay switch. So what it does, it is a high power switch that turns on or off by a simple low 5 volt electricity. 5 volt electricity, you can turn the on and off. It has 4 relays in this module basically, and simply you can use one also. So this is a custom made 4 relays to control 4 heavy devices, like on module. On first relay, on first you can connect a heavy power device like a ceiling fan. On another one you can connect your motor, that just like my mother was saying. I'll try that. That's a good idea. So automatically I can turn on and off motor at the perfect time. Why have I have not done that so far? That's a good idea. That will be automated, so no more you have to worry about that I have to turn it on or off. So that's how electronics makes your life easy. On the third one you can connect some like an the light, the street light, or maybe the geyser in the winters to keep your house to get warm water when you need it. Multiple uses. Any high powered device you can connect on the other end. And what also you can do, which I was thinking as a project, was to make an automated irrigation system. On the other hand, it is a water pipe. I'll show you. See, so you can connect this with directly with this, because it uses only, I guess, 9 volts. So 9 volts, I guess you can get it from there. So this is and it has a filter in it so that dirty water with some pollute with some impurities should not pass the other way. And that you can on the other hand, you can control how much water you want to throw on the other side for irrigation, and you can connect it with the continuously running water tap. Cool, no? It is a quite hectic project. I will spare some time to do this project also. Otherwise you can also connect these small motors. I have made one project this I have I can show you that, and it is in some of my previous video. That was very dramatic, but basically what I did a very hard job, tough job to make that automation system uh, to make drinking water available for the birds just on the click of a button, using this and some of the other devices also. Cool, no? And that's how an Arduino Nano comes in a packet. It is still sealed packed, and rainbow what it is, jumper wires you connect. And one of the very popular thing is, not everybody knows, but it is very popular among engineers, breadboard. This is how before soldering you test your circuits on a breadboard, that if it is working or not. It's a really very tough job, trust me. But it's really interesting once you start making your project. So this is a moisture detector. So whenever your plants are thirsty, it will detect that soil is going dry and automatically send a signal, and then you can connect the Arduino. It is receiving signals. I don't know. This is some of my old SIM card. I don't think it is active anymore, but still it is receiving the network from the tower. This blinking means it is receiving signals. If I remove this, so it will not receive any signals. Oh, it is looking for signals. That it what means. And if I press this reset button, so it is not giving it any signals. Otherwise, I guess that blue LED should blink. Talking of blink is the most simplest project that you make with an Arduino. See, no response, no difference. If I press the reset, so maybe I'll make some project and then I will show you this song, guys. This electricity goes fade outs slowly. Why it happens, you know? Earlier I was very foolish, and one day I quoted this in my Facebook as a question that what is this sorcery? Why even if I plugged it out, still the light is it is still blinking? Why light is still there? Why it is still lit? Because of the capacitors. Capacitors hold the charge even after you plug out the power source. So that is the reason. And it has these capacitors, 3 capacitors. You cannot rely on the direct power supply for devices like these, like Gsm or other communication high frequency communication devices. That's why you use capacitor, and you will know when you will study what is the function of capacitor, principle of capacitor, and how it works. Where is its box? Keep it back safely. I'll show you how this is working, the Arduino. So I will disconnect this, connect it with the toolkit. See, and what I will do, it has one 5-volt jack from the USB. Generally USB works on 5 volts only, so I will connect this. And on the other hand, it has a USB. It is not C, it is not B, it is USB type A, the oldest of the generation. And I will connect this one to this, and look what happens. LED will light up and turn it off. It has a blink already installed program, which is blink program, so it will light up for 1 second and blink off for 1 second. These are 2 LEDs lighting, that's why it looks quite. So this is the simplest program. This is the chip, and this is the reading chip. This is not the original Arduino, so pardon me, but I would have bought it. This is the Chinese chip, and this is the original chip. This you cannot duplicate, it's from Intel. Is it Atmel? It is Atmel. Yeah, this you cannot duplicate Atmel. This chip is really hard to make. Other controllers and these you can make, and that too it's quite difficult to make or duplicate. So this is some of the old that I am left with, old stock. And now I don't get enough time to or motivation to make some projects like that. At that time we had competition, what all other my peers were doing, I wanted to do better than them, so I used to do this. Now college though, no competition. See what it is. It is a light sensitive automatic light, so it has an LDR. Whenever it catches light from the environment, it will turn on this light, and when it will do not have light, it will turn it off. It is called light sensitive diode, and it is LED. It is world popular these days. Now everywhere we do not use bulb, we use LEDs. LED is short for light emitting diodes. These are diodes, they never get fused. There's a long history of them. See, this is one of my favorite. It is 8x8 matrix, just like the signals. You can see animation, you can make animations on it, you can make different things on a bigger one, but this is the smallest one. I have never used it so far, but it works really well. I have LEDs, some of the components left with the radio project, the resistors. No resistor box is somewhere else. I'm left with some resistors, And then capacitors, I have LEDs, red and green LEDs, white LEDs, capacitors, LDRs, cool stuff. Now the LEDs are very much popular. This is the soldering iron kit. It's the iron soldering iron I have. Okay, it turned off. I'll keep on buzzing. So this is also a very amazing device to use to charge your batteries, rechargeable batteries, and to test your device, test your power outputs. It's a really cool thing. It is called toolkit only, and this model is 8M M8. Check out its website, it's really good. Multifunctional charger, they call it multifunctional charger. So what else I can show? I guess I've shown you pretty much, because my degree was in electronics, or it was all about electronics, and we are already covered with electronics. Everywhere it is electronics nowadays. These recordings equipments and everything, it is audio interfaces. See this one, this is fine. I'm audible here. So yeah, pardon me for that. Just I wanted to show you that this audio interface, it is also electronics. So that's how it is, and trust me, very interesting. मेरे ख्याल से इलेक्ट्रॉनिक्स के बारे में सबको पता होना चाहिए, तो है ना, आपके कई सारे मिथ्स टूट जाते हैं. क्योंकि आप जब डरे होते हो ना, तो आप डरे हुए जब होते हो तो सबसे ज़्यादा गलती करते हो. जब आपको नॉलेज होगी तो आप डरोगे नहीं, आपको फैक्ट्स पता होंगे. एक टाइम था, देयर वाज अ टाइम व्हेन पीपल वर स्केयर्ड ऑफ इलेक्ट्रिसिटी. आई एम श्योर ऐसी भी क्या चीज़ है जो कि छूते ही मर जाता है, या करंट लगता है, झटका लगता है. सो देयर वाज अ टाइम. नाउ पीपल आर अवेयर ऑफ इलेक्ट्रिसिटी, एंड व्हाट दे हैव डन, they have stepped it down to use it in small devices in 5 volts, 10 volts, 18 volts. Our mobile phone, it works on very low 5 volt batteries, low currents, and most of our today's life, it is dependent on mobile phones. So isn't it amazing? We should know and be aware, and then only we can create more, no? And that's how just I created this. Why? Acha, now I will tell you about the story. First of all, it is not a commercial break, but still I bought this energy drink. This is called Twitch. Cheers. This is called Twitch, and it is very chilled, as you can see, and it's a caffeinated energy drink, not alcoholic. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to drink it in the old college style. Can hear it. Cool. refreshing. It has no preservatives, as it says, and it is taurine free. Jamaican. Cheers to Jamaica. तो मियाँ हुआ यूं कि फर्स्ट ईयर की मेरी थी इंटर्नशिप एंड आई हैड टू मीट. आई गेस आई हैव ऑलरेडी रिटन इट समवेयर एंड दैट वाज इन इंग्लिश. अब थोड़ा देसी हिंदी में आते हैं बिकॉज चलती दुनिया ऐसी, और हिंदी में समझाओगे नहीं किसी को ना, समझ ही नहीं आता, फिर बोलता है यार क्या बोरिंग बोल रहा है अपनी देसी में. तो क्या हुआ, मेरे कॉलेज के प्रो चांसलर आदित्य बलिया जी, उनसे मेरी थी मीटिंग, क्योंकि मेरा होना था इंटर्नशिप. तो फिर क्या कॉलेज के बच्चे होते हैं ना, वो हमेशा ऑलवेज दे आर कंप्लेनिंग. सो आई वॉज ऑल्सो इन द कॉलेज एंड आई वॉज फुल ऑफ कंप्लेंट्स कि सर ये नहीं है हमारे कॉलेज में, ये नहीं है, वो नहीं है. और बाकी सरकारी कॉलेज में इतनी ज़्यादा फैसिलिटी मिल जाती है, हमारे प्राइवेट कॉलेज में इतनी फ़ीस ज़्यादा है, फिर भी हमारे कॉलेज में ये नहीं है. तो व्हाट ही डिड, ही इज़ वेरी, आई मस्ट से, Aditya Berlia is very futuristic and optimistic person, I must say. कहाँ हरियाणा के आउटस्कर्ट्स में there is the campus, and still he thinks of like some foreign university he used to compare it with it, and he had the vision, he had the idea that whatever I'm imagining in my head, just grasp the idea and create something. And although you cannot see it from your eyes, own eyes, अपनी आंखों से देखोगे तो चारों तरफ खेत दिखाई देंगे और बीच में बिल्डिंग दिखाई देगी जिसमें गर्मी और लग रही है देखने में. जब तक आप अंदर बैठ के कहीं एसी रूम में ना बैठोगे तब तक किसी की बात ही नहीं समझ आती. बट व्हाट ही डिड कि दिल्ली के ऑफिस में हमारी मीटिंग हुई एंड ही सेड कि अच्छा कहाँ की बात बता रहे हो. मैंने कहा दिल्ली यूनिवर्सिटी सर. दिल्ली यूनिवर्सिटी में कम्युनिटी रेडियो स्टेशन है, वहाँ पे बच्चे इतने एक्साइटेड इसलिए रहते हैं कल्चरल एक्टिविटीज़ में क्योंकि प्लेटफॉर्म है. सो फॉर द प्लेटफॉर्म दे विल क्रिएट कंटेंट, दे विल क्रिएट, they will participate. First of all, they will participate in the hobbies like that and they will get interested. ऐसे तो कुछ नहीं होगा तो सिर्फ किताबें चाट की थोड़ी आती है. अब इससे अगर मैंने अभी आपको इतना भी नहीं दिखाया होता और ये बोलूँ कि मैंने रेडियो बनाया, क्या लग रहा है देखने में, इट इज़ अ जोक. और अगर मैंने कोट पैंट भी नहीं पहना तो और ज़्यादा जोक लगूंगा. तो ही सेड कि ओके, इन व्हाट स्ट्रीम यू आर डूइंग योर बीटेक. सो आई सेड सर इलेक्ट्रॉनिक्स एंड कम्युनिकेशन. और फर्स्ट सेमेस्टर में आपको क्या पता लगता है कि क्या बनोगे आप? कुछ नहीं पता लगता. जितने फेलो इंजीनियर्स हैं या फिर अभी ज्वाइन किया जिन्होंने, जिन्हों कि हमें लगता है हमें सब कुछ आ गया बट कुछ पता नहीं होता अपने सब्जेक्ट के बारे में और हम क्या बनेंगे, हम बनाएंगे क्या, कुछ नहीं पता. सो फिजिक्स, केमिस्ट्री, बायोलॉजी, ये तो सब्जेक्ट तो सेम, बेसिक फंडामेंटल्स तो सेम ही रहते हैं. बट व्हाट वी आर गोइंग टू डू इन टेक्नोलॉजी, व्हाट्स द डिफरेंस in the senior secondary school, what we have learned and what we are going to learn in the college, degree college. So that was a question. So he said, okay, why don't you build the community radio station by yourself? And I was like, man, is he joking? But he was not. He said, you are giving me your valuable time right now. तुम यहाँ बैठे हो तो तुमसे कुछ वैल्यू की बात कर रहा हूँ मैं. आई एम गिविंग यू दैट अपॉर्चुनिटी. आई डिड नॉट नो कि इतनी परमिशंस और ये सब चीज़ें लगती हैं किसी रेडियो, कम्युनिटी रेडियो स्टेशन को बनाने के लिए. डीयू में किसने बनाया मेरे को नहीं पता, पर यहाँ पे मेरे हाथ में रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी दे दी. एंड आई वॉज अ वेरी एवरेज किड. इंजीनियरिंग करने का भी नहीं सोच सकता था एक टाइम पे तो, पर जब when he gave me this opportunity I was like okay, I will think about it sir. First of all, give me some easy job. So first semester में तो I was doing some management training internship where I was taking care of the office office job. Like it was a desk job. I used to report to my senior. I used to visit in the office daily on the weekdays, and for that I got a paid stipend also. And that was pretty much it. But that meeting with the pro chancellor, it stayed in me, because he was giving answer. He was not like that कि अरे funds नहीं ये नहीं वो नहीं, वो बात ही नहीं करी उसने. He's and he's not that oldie. I don't pardon my language, but he's quite young, so he can understand the youth power, and that's how he communicated with me. And he said, "Why don't you make it yourself, and we will acknowledge it." So I was always interested in music. With this project, in the final year, when I was like, I want to raise up my grade somehow. इंजीनियरिंग करना मुश्किल, बहुत मुश्किल होता है 4 years में, but somehow I wanted to give my best. So I made this project, 3 prototypes as you've seen. No, actually 3, just 2 prototypes. Both are functional. The line-in was also functional, and the mic one was very functional. I literally demonstrated it in front of all the uh, visiting faculty. Even one was the foreign faculty from Canada or Georgia, I guess. And one was Mr. Singh. He was my mentor. He was my dean, as they say in the college. He was my principal. My own mentor, Mr. Parikshit sir. He is still teaching electronics and communication in the university. And all other teachers and my students, जो कि यार दोस्त होते हैं, लेकिन उस समय वो competition होता है. तो I was there with my presentation, and with the swag, when I told everybody, if you have your mobile phones and you have an FM radio transmitter in it, just simply tune into some frequency. I told him, for supposedly right now you can guess it like 97 megahertz, because all other commercial radio stations are not on they are not fixed on any of on 97. So they tuned it on 97, and I was like, "Tuk, tuk, 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 tuk. Is it going to work in front of everybody?" Because it was working all the time. It was working in front of my grandmother. It was working in front of everybody in my house, my friends. But on the presentation day, will it work? When everybody was like listening, and I had my jingle, which I composed for the college. It was something like in hip hop style, APJ Satya University, welcome you, something like that. I made, and I played it on that. It has a microphone, so I played it in front of the microphone with my phone, and everybody was like, and that Rodney, who was from Georgia, he was the faculty out there. He was like, yeah, quite good. And I was amazing. I was the star of that. That was the day, and I just cannot believe my marks were going below average. Like CGPA was falling to 4.3. Out of 4.3, it was falling to 2.9 or something, 2.7 also. 4.3 में से 4.3 मिला. फाइनल सेमेस्टर में पूरा कवर अप हो गया. इवन माय इंडस्ट्रियल ट्रेनर जो थे, मिस्टर नरेश खंदूरी फ्रॉम टेकम से फरीदाबाद, उनको भी आई हैव शोन दिस. I was like, in your campus it can be used for the communication purpose, but technology keeps on going, no? So होता क्या है कि जब तक मैंने इस पे काम किया, तब तक already this was micro electronics, and तब तक nano electronics, this was micro electronics, और तब तक already micro electronics आ चुकी थी मोबाइल फोन्स में सब जगह. तो ऐसा होता है कि डाल डाल पात पात चलती है आपकी एजुकेशन और कॉमर्शियल वर्ल्ड में टेक्नोलॉजी. तो इधर आप ये सीखते हो, इधर वो अगला आ चुका होता है. दैट्स हाउ इट इज़. So, and this race never ends, but at least you run to some checkpoint and that is calculated. So, जब तक मैंने बनाया था कम्युनिटी रेडियो स्टेशन तब तक आ गया था दौर इंटरनेट रेडियो का। तो बिल्कुल सत्यवानी बना, वहाँ पे रेडियो शोज़ भी रिकॉर्ड हुए, वहाँ पे स्टूडियो भी बन गया आज तो कॉलेज के अंदर। एंड SJMC बहुत अच्छा, हमारे एक फैकल्टी मेंबर हैं, सुबह सुबह के मैसेजेस भी आ गए। फैकल्टी मेंबर है, नाम है उनका प्रोफेसर परवेज आलम, and he has a very good fruitful history working with BBC London, I guess, and he is in London right now. And if he'll be watching it, he'll be प्लीज़। मैंने उनको भी कहा था कि सर मैं इलेक्ट्रॉनिक्स में हूँ बट आई एम वेरी मच इंटरेस्टेड इन योर प्रोजेक्ट्स, आप प्लीज़ मेरा प्रेजेंटेशन देखने जरूर आइएगा। तो वो ऑडिटोरियम में आए थे मेरा प्रेजेंटेशन देखने, और जितने भी फैकल्टी मेरे से नाराज़ थे या पसंद करते थे वो हैरान हो गए मेरी मेहनत देखे। तो मेहनत रंग लाती है। एंड सिर्फ मार्क्स की बात नहीं थी, आई वॉज प्राउड ऑफ वॉट आई हैव मेड। एंड ये वहाँ सबमिट हो गया। टेक्नोलॉजी ऑब्सलीट है पर ऐसा नहीं है कि अब यूज़ नहीं करता कोई, हर एक जगह की बात है ना। नाउ वेयर यू हैव इंटरनेट देयर यू हैव इंटरनेट रेडियो, वेयर यू डू नॉट हैव इंटरनेट देयर यू हैव दिस ऑल इंडिया रेडियो। तो चलता ही ना, पूरे इंडिया में चलता है दैट FM गोल्ड। स्टिल यू पिक अप एनी ट्रांजिस्टर रेडियो एंड tune it to what is the frequency, 104.6. so all over India you will get it for free. so वो तो चल ही रही है टेक्नोलॉजी एब्सोल्यूट नहीं होती। हाँ, आई गिवन माई कॉन्ट्रीब्यूशन टू द रेडियो फ्रिक्वेंसी एंड सारे पुराने साइंटिस्ट हु इन्वेंटेड रेडियो, रिमेंबर मार्कोनी, एंड याद करते हुए ओल्ड साइंटिस्ट को आई रिक्रिएटेड इट। एंड तो व्हेन इट गॉट फंक्शनल प्रोजेक्ट बनाना, इट्स सच अ ब्लेस कि काम कर गया आपका प्रोजेक्ट। उसके बाद फिर धीरे धीरे और चीज़ें सॉफ्टवेयर्स वगैरह बनाने लगा, मैं ऐप्स बनाने लगा, लाइक एज एन हॉबीस्ट ओनली। कुछ पेड काम भी किए, बट इलेक्ट्रॉनिक्स के लिए पेड नहीं आता। अब सब वो कंप्यूटराइज्ड होता है, मशीन से होता है ये सारा काम। एंड ऑब्वियसली एक और चीज़ मैं आपको बता दूँ, अगर सीख रहे हो आप इलेक्ट्रॉनिक्स, और कई लोग बहुत शक भी करते हैं क्योंकि हाई फ्रिक्वेंसीज हैं, लोग डर भी जाते हैं आजकल 5G टेक्नोलॉजी से डर रहे हैं। तो होती क्या है वायरलेस टेक्नोलॉजी, हाँ, और 2G 3G 4G ये सब है क्या। तो इसके लिए पहले स्टडी करो आप क्या होता है, हाउ GSM technology works, how CDMA technology works, and then you will know. और मैंने बताया ही था कि किसी मेंटर के अंडर करो काम, ताकि आप कभी किसी सिचुएशन में ना पड़ो, क्योंकि सिचुएशन वर्स भी हो सकती है, स्पेशली इन कंट्री लाइक डेवलपिंग कंट्रीज लाइक इंडिया। सो I would suggest कि I used to carry this thesis, this synopsis, or whatever is my articulation with me all the time whenever I was with this. Why I kept in this? Because this is the only box I could get to keep my radio. If I'll keep it in some metal box, it will get affected because it's a radio device. So radios कैसे होता है, radioactivity is a static charge, ये सब मैटर करता है, थोड़ा पढ़ोगे तब पता लगेगा। बट आज मज़ा आ गया मेरे को, काफ़ी सारी पुरानी बातें करके इंजीनियरिंग ओल्ड डेज याद आ गए। जो मेरे साथ इलेक्ट्रॉनिक्स पढ़े हैं उन सबको भी ये वीडियो देख के बहुत नॉस्टैल्जिक फील हो रहा होगा। कैसे रात भर जाग के हम पढ़ाई करते रहे, तब से हमारी आदत डेवलप हुई, और तब पढ़ाई करते रहे, अब काम करते हैं। तो दिस इज द कल्चर दैट वन लर्न्स ड्यूरिंग इंजीनियरिंग कॉलेज। बहुत कुछ होता है, कितने तो रोमांटिक सीरीज आते हैं यूट्यूब पर अबाउट इंजीनियरिंग डेज, कॉलेज डेज ऑफ इंजीनियरिंग। बट आई डोंट नो दे वर एक्टर्स या रियल इंजीनियर्स, बट जो रियल इंजीनियर्स जो हैं उनको पता है वो क्या चीज़ होती है। एंड दिस इज quite the part of the journey. Oh, बहुत अच्छा लगा यार. And this Twitch is amazing. ये आप खरीद सकते हो. मैंने ये खरीदी है स्विगी से. आई ऑर्डर्ड इट फ्रॉम वाओ मोमोज. उनके बिवरेजेस सेक्शन में दिस इज़ रियली इट इज़ अवेलेबल. और अगर आपके सिटी में भी है अवेलेबल तो स्विगी से ख़रीद लेना. इट इज़ नॉट अ पेड प्रोडक्शन, पेड प्रमोशन. पर यार स्विगी से मैंने बहुत खाना खाया. मेरे को याद है कि इस साल मार्च में जब मेरा बर्थडे आता है मैंने कम से कम 16-17 हज़ार रुपये का खाना 16-17 हज़ार रुपये का खाना ही मंगाया, जस्ट टू कीप मी हैप्पी. मैं खुश रहूँगा तभी तो ये सारी चीज़ें बना पाऊँगा खुशी से. मटेरियलिस्टिक डिवाइसेस बनाने के लिए मटेरियलिस्टिक थोड़ा बहुत लव चाहिए होता है. और मतलब अब मैं इसको प्यार कर रहा हूँ, ये मेरे को प्यार कैसे करेगा? ऐसे ही करेगा. इतने साल के बाद भी अगर ये इट इज़ इंटैक्ट तो दैट इज़ जस्ट अमेजिंग. फिर तो वो इज़्ज़त तो यार बढ़ती घटती रहती है. हम अपने टीचर्स की कहाँ करते थे इतनी इज़्ज़त. तो आते थे अबे आ गया गंजू, अबे आ गया वो. तो वो तो किसी को याद भी नहीं रहता, कोई इतना दिल पे भी नहीं लेता. लेकिन जो आपके साथ चीज़ें रह जाती हैं वो यही हैं सारी चीज़ें दैट यू टेक होम. मैं सुबह उठ के रोज़ रोज़ कॉलेज नहीं जाता. ठीक इसी समय जैसे मम्मी कह रही हैं पानी भरने को, उस समय मैं कॉलेज के लिए निकल जाया करता था. तो टाइम बदल गया है, ग्रेजुएट हो गए हैं. उसके बाद मैंने कितनी एमटेक भी कर ली. एमटेक चल रही है, पोस्ट ग्रेजुएशन डिप्लोमाज हो गए हैं और पढ़ाई कर रहा हूँ. तो पढ़ाई तो कभी रुकती नहीं. बट इंजीनियरिंग, टॉकिंग ऑफ इंजीनियरिंग डेज इज लाइक यू आर इंटरेक्टिंग विद साइंस होल डे. साइंस इज एवरीवेयर. तो डरने का नहीं, हो जाती है इंजीनियरिंग अच्छे से. और जितने लोग, मैं ये कहना चाहूँगा कि थोड़ा पीयर प्रेशर में भी होते हैं. मेरे को याद है कि बैक्स कहते हैं हमारे में, बैकलॉग्स मतलब फेल हो गए कुछ सब्जेक्ट में. तो दिस इज पार्ट ऑफ द गेम. ठीक है, गिरते हैं शेर और सवार ही मैदान जंग में. तो बैकलॉग्स लग जाती हैं, कोई बात नहीं. बहुत मुश्किल सब्जेक्ट्स होते हैं यार वो. मतलब 1800 की रिसर्चेस जो करी हैं साइंटिस्ट ने, उसके बाद वर्ल्ड वॉर्स हो गई, क्या क्या हो गया, देश आज़ाद हो गया. और फिर हमारे यहाँ भी अपने यहाँ उत्पाद हो गए, नोटबंदी हो गई, बहुत कुछ हो गया. पर लाइफ गोज ऑन. तो फिर बैकलॉग्स वगैरह से डरना नहीं. और डर के मतलब ऐसा कि पेरेंट्स को नहीं बताना, ऐसा कुछ नहीं है. अपनी मेहनत करो, पास हो जाओगे. टीचर्स से रिस्पेक्टफुली बात करो ताकि वो आपको थोड़ा अपना इनपुट देके पढ़ाएं. और थोड़ा इनपुट दो, जस्ट गेट इन्वॉल्व. एक टाइम है कि आपको थोड़ा डूबना ही पड़ता है चीज़ों के अंदर. बाकी भी कोई काम करोगे तो यार मेहनत तो चाहिए होती है ना उसमें. इट रिक्वायर्स इन्वॉल्वमेंट, कमिटमेंट, dedication, and then you get it. And to get it, whatever it takes. रात रात हम जागते रहे किसी भी तरीके से. कोई कॉफ़ी बना रहा है, कोई क्या क्या होता ही है कॉलेज में, तो सब जानते ही होंगे. पर unlike other degree colleges या फिर other engineering colleges, how our college were different because of liberal arts. अगर कई लोग if they do not know APJ सत्य यूनिवर्सिटी का क्या क्राइटेरिया है अबाउट एजुकेशन, अबाउट लिबरल आर्ट्स, कुछ लोग डिस्करेज करते हैं. बट इट हेल्प मी ताकि आप टोटल वो जोन में ना चले आओ. खुद को मैं गैलीलियो या फिर मैं मार्कोनी ना समझने लग जाऊँ. बिकॉज उन लोगों की, वो भी इंसान थे और उनकी भी सैड लाइफ हो सकती है. सोचो उन्होंने तो अपनी लाइफ 1800 में क्या विदाउट इलेक्ट्रिसिटी या फिर ये सब चीज़ें देखी उन्होंने कि जो आजकल के इन्वेंशन हो चुके हैं, जो कॉमन चीज़ें वो नहीं होती रही. तो इंटरनेट 10 साल पहले, 20 साल पहले जब मैंने ही देखा था, ब्रॉड का वो होता था, क्या होता था, डायल अप नेटवर्क, इतना स्लो होता था. आज तो हमारे में इतने पेशेंस ही नहीं है कि वीडियो रिफ्रेश करी और वीडियो नहीं चली, हम कहते अरे क्या हो गया, कुछ ख़राब हो गया. पहले टाइम लगता ना इन सब चीज़ों में. तो 5G आ चुका है. तो वी कैन नॉट इमेजिन आवरसेल्फ इन देयर शूज. तो लिबरल आर्ट्स कीप्स यू इन द बैलेंस कि आप मेन सब्जेक्ट समझो, उसके अलावा बाकी चीज़ भी समझो, ताकि जब अपने कॉलेज से बाहर जाओ तो दूसरे की भाषा ही नहीं समझ आ रही है आपको। ऐसा नहीं होना चाहिए कि भाई मैं तो डॉक्टर बन गया हूँ, तुझे क्या पता मैंने क्या पढ़ा है। ऐसा नहीं है, तूने बस 10वीं 12वीं तो पढ़ी। ये एटीट्यूड्स नहीं आने चाहिए, आपको पता होना चाहिए। लिबरल आर्ट्स, थोड़ा स्पोर्ट्स के बारे में जानो, थोड़ा आर्ट्स के बारे में जानो, थोड़ा कल्चर के बारे में जानो, थोड़ा हिस्ट्री के बारे में, स्टैटिस्टिक्स, बिजनेस, तो ये सब पढ़ाते हैं वो। 120 क्रेडिट्स करने पड़ते हैं कैसे तैसे, और हमने किए। और फाइनली वो जब ओथ देते हैं, तो आई गेस 15th day of August 2015 was the convocation। और उस दिन के बाद थारा भाई जिस जिस दिन उठता है उस दिन इंजीनियर होता है। गेटिंग व्हाट आई एम सेइंग? उस दिन के बाद से मैं जब जब उठाऊं, चाहे किसी भी हाल में उठाऊं, जेब में पैसे हैं नहीं है, कोई मैसेज आया है कुछ इन्वेस्टमेंट्स के, पैसे हैं नहीं है, बट आपके पास सबसे ज़्यादा प्रीशियस धन होता है, दैट इज़ योर नॉलेज। वो कोई मिमिक कर सकता है, बहुत अच्छी मिमिक्री कर सकता है, लेकिन वो आप नहीं बन सकता। बाकी तो हम सब देख ही रहे। और बहुत सारी सिमिलैरिटी होती हैं, फिर भी यार एवरीबडी एंड एवरी इंडिविजुअल इज यूनिक एंड दे हैव देयर प्रोज एंड कॉन्स। ओके, तो अपनी लाइफ को अच्छे से यूज़ करो, अपने टाइम को अच्छे से यूटिलाइज़ करो। वो 4 साल जो जा चुके हैं वो वापस नहीं आएंगे, वो लोग जो जा चुके हैं वो वापस नहीं आएंगे। अपने इस टाइम को यूटिलाइज़ करो एंड कुछ ऐसा करो कि कल अगर थोड़ा सा भी टाइम मिले ना पीछे याद करने को, तो कुछ अच्छी चीज़ें याद रहे। दैट इज़ माई मैसेज टू ऑल एस्पायरिंग इंजीनियर्स। और सिर्फ जॉब के लिए मत पड़ो यार, जॉब तो कुछ भी मिल जाती है। कुछ पैशन से मतलब डू समथिंग, इन्वॉल्व योर पैशन। मैंने बीच में रोबोटिक्स वगैरह भी वी यूज्ड टू अटेंड सम वर्कशॉप्स ऑन रोबोटिक्स, माइक्रो कंट्रोलर्स, पीसीबी डिज़ाइन, ये सब है मेरे पास सर्टिफिकेट्स। बट सब किया भी था खुद, ऐसा नहीं था कि बस वो सर्टिफिकेट कलेक्ट किए हुए थे। दीज आर एक्सपीरियंसेस। जितने एक्सपीरियंसेस लोगे उतना आप बेटर बनते चले जाते हो। हाँ, तो वीडियो भी आई गेस थोड़ा लंबा हो गया है, पर देखने दिखाने में मज़ा आया होगा। इट इज़ वन अनकट वीडियो। मेरे को ऐसा करने में मज़ा आता है क्योंकि कुछ एडिटिंग वगैरह नहीं होती है, तो अच्छा लगता है। एडिट मैं भी जानता नहीं हूँ इतना अच्छा कि कैसे होना चाहिए, पर while I'm creating this content, तो फिर मैं flawlessly अपना I just express it myself। ओके, तो मेरे को यार बहुत गर्मी हो रही है, मेरे कोट वोट में से पहना नहीं जा रहा है। काफ़ी वर्क फ्रॉम होम के टाइम में ना ये सब पहनने की आदत किसी की चली गई है, मेरी भी चली गई। एंड दिस ड्रिंक इज़ रियली गुड। मैं उठता हूँ एंड थोड़ा हम करते हैं, क्या करते हैं, वर्कआउट। ओके, एनर्जी ड्रिंक पी लिया, थोड़ी एक्सरसाइज वगैरह करेंगे, फिर अच्छा खाना खाएंगे। एंड हैप्पी इंजीनियर्स डे ऑल ऑफ यू। ऑल फॉलो इंजीनियर्स, चाहे वो केमिकल इंजीनियर हो, मैकेनिकल इंजीनियर हो, सॉफ्टवेयर इंजीनियर हो, मेरी तरह इलेक्ट्रॉनिक्स कम्युनिकेशन इंजीनियर हो, या इलेक्ट्रॉनिक्स एंड इंस्ट्रूमेंटेशन इंजीनियरिंग हो, सबके लिए हैप्पी इंजीनियर्स डे। Adios.